Hi, welcome to Curriculum Night. My name is Taylor Gall, and I will be teaching your student 8th grade ELA this year. So students can call me Miss Gall, and I teach not only 8th grade ELA, but I also do teach one section of 7th and 8th grade leadership. Please never hesitate to reach out to me at taylor.gall@mercerislandschools.org. I also encourage your students to message me on Schoology. They can also email me if they would prefer, but I typically respond quicker during the day to Schoology messages. This is an engagement strategy that I use for our Zoom classes, so you might see this pop up on your student's screen every once in a while. But how are you feeling? I personally am a number 8 bunny. I've been in a lot of meetings today. I've been listening a lot, and this is my way of connecting with students. This is my way of checking in, not only to get attendance from them. This is a really good way for me to know that they're here, putting their answer in the chat. But in addition, it's just a good way for me to check in and sort of see how their days are going and see if there's something that I need to check in with them with. So a little bit about me. I am from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I attended Marquette University and I graduated with a bachelor's of science degree in secondary education and English. Right after graduating from college, I began teaching 8th grade ELA, and I am so happy to still be an 8th grade ELA teacher. I love this age. I love this grade. I love the curriculum that I get to teach, and I am so happy to still be teaching that subject in grade level here at Islander Middle School. I moved here at the beginning of 2019, and I live in West Seattle. So I also live on an island. And I wanted to also let you know about a few expectations that I have about myself. I make sure that I am a lifelong learner. I am currently pursuing a master's in educational policy degree from the University of Illinois. I also spent the summer doing a lot of research and taking a few courses on how to be a better Zoom teacher, how to engage students in online learning, as well as just being involved with different decision-making committees within the district. I also make sure that I am an understanding teacher. I think that that's a really important quality, especially in middle school and especially in online learning. So I always encourage students to reach out to me to let me know what is going on, if there's anything that I need to know before they come to class, and I encourage you to do the same. I also really try to be as enthusiastic as possible, especially for those early morning Zooms. I know that they can be tough, and my hope is to energize students as much as possible. Another really important thing to me is collaboration. I work really closely with the other 8th grade ELA teachers in the building. We meet a couple of times a week to make sure that we are collaborating on different assignments, different lessons, because 4 or 5 brains are always better than one. We also work really closely with the social studies department, because once we start reading historical fiction or books that are set in the past, it's really important that we have that social studies lens, and they are so helpful with helping us create different lessons. I have habits of learning in my classroom. They're very basic, and these are our classroom rules that we work with. We have respect, engagement, work ethic, and then also responsible technology. We have gone over these in class before, so students are pretty familiar with them, but you will see them pop up in the Skyward gradebook as no count scores. So it's sort of our way of keeping track of our engagement, of our respect and small group work, of our work ethic, making sure that we're turning things in on time, using tech responsibly. So you will see those turn up as no counts in the gradebook, and that will count as their engagement score. The 8th grade ELA standards include 4 main topics or categories: reading, writing, speech, and listening. At the beginning of the year, we typically are just focusing on reading and writing, and then we start to expand out, because reading and writing are the things that students are the most familiar with and practiced with. So I always like to ask this question to parents on curriculum night: what is a book that you remember from school? And my answer to that question is typically a book that I didn't necessarily seek out to read on my own, but it was typically a book that the teacher made really exciting. So that's who I want to be as a teacher for your student, is somebody who makes literature come alive, who makes it really exciting and makes it connect to real life. We have the running theme of empathy in our room throughout the year. So we are always looking for characters that we can empathize with and understand and feel like we know them as a person. So our trimesters are divided up into different categories. The first is identity. So in our identity trimester, we'll be reading The House on Mango Street by Sandra Cisneros, as well as a few different short stories. In trimester 2, we're going to be focusing on power. Most notably, we'll be reading Mouse by Art Spiegelman, which we collaborate with our awesome social studies department to teach. And then in trimester 3, we focus on voice. So we're going to be listening and hopefully performing some slam poetry during that time, which is awesome. My policies include standards-based grading. We do use standards-based grading in 8th grade ELA. I find that this is the best way for me to give direct and quick feedback to students so that we can constantly be improving our skills. We have gone over them in class, or gone over standards-based grading in class, but we'll continue to do that throughout the year. I do accept late work, and I do not downgrade late work. Instead, turning in late work is reflected in their habits of learning scores. When students turn in late work, I still want to make sure that I'm giving them direct feedback on the skills that they are assessing in that work. We will be able to redo assignments throughout the year, but we haven't quite introduced that yet. So look forward to more communication on what it means to redo assignments in 8th grade ELA once we kind of get the year moving a little bit more. So overall, I just want to say that I really appreciate your support and your collaboration. I know that this is going to be a really great year no matter what, and I want to make sure that I am here to support, encourage, and hopefully inspire your students throughout this year. And I really am looking forward to getting to know them even better. It's been a really great start to the year, and I am just so thankful and happy to be in this position and to be working with your students. So please, like I said earlier, never hesitate to reach out. I am really excited to get to know you as well. I hope that you have a great evening, and I'll talk to you soon.